The top stories for the hour. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed inaugurates Skywin Aeronautics Industries. And the Institute of Foreign Affairs Executive Director says Ethiopia's sustainable access and outlet to the sea is a matter of existence. Hello and a very warm welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism from the capital Addis Ababa. With the news, I'm Binyam Gitana, along with the editor and the technical crew. Do stay tuned now, the news in full. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has inaugurated Skywin Aeronautics Industries, a company that manufactures unmanned aerial vehicles for both civilians and military use. This industry is part of Ethiopia's broader efforts to achieve technological self-reliance in the security sector. Ethiopia has developed the capacity not only to produce and utilize drones, but also to export them, the Prime Minister announced it. Today, as we inaugurate the Skywin Aeronautics industry, we recognize that the local manufactured drones before us were unimaginable just a few years ago, the Prime Minister wrote on X. The Premier added, our ability to produce drones with diverse capabilities designed and built by our own young professionals is a significant milestone. We are developing capabilities like this along with the advancement at home mutual ammunition engineering industry, not to fuel conflict but to prevent it. The Prime Minister underscored that through deterrence, we seek to secure peace and stability in the face of belligerent actors. Meanwhile, the Institute of Foreign Affairs Executive Director Jafar Bedru said that given its sizable population, landmass and economy, sustainable access and outlet to sea is an issue of existence. The executive director told the Ethiopian news agency that given Ethiopia's sizable population, economy and landmass, access and outlet to the sea is a matter of existence and a shared prosperity for the region. Jafar stated that a stable and prosperous Horn of Africa region is impossible without ensuring access and outlet to the sea for Ethiopia to easily export and import goods. Take a look.
The issue of access to the sea for Ethiopia is an issue of existence. The economy is growing, the population is growing, and Ethiopia is the biggest and the largest and the biggest country in the Horn of Africa. So without access to the sea, the economy is going to stagnate and it could go backwards. This is going to create huge instability within the region. If we don't have a stable political economic system, this is going to threaten stability within the Horn of Africa.
The executive director insists that Ethiopia's quest for access and outlet to the sea need to be seen in the perspective of the Horn First principle.
There are several principles of Ethiopia's foreign policy, particularly in the post-2018 political reform process within Ethiopia. One of the principal pillars of Ethiopian foreign policy is Horn First or Neighborhood First principle, which prioritizes regional integration and peace and stability and mutual cooperation among nations of the Horn of Africa. So Ethiopia prioritizes its neighbors because whatever happens within our neighbors is going to directly impact the security, the economic stability and prosperity of Ethiopia directly because we are neighbors.
The executive director further noted that neighboring countries should understand the realities and collaboratively work with Ethiopia to ensure that the country secures sustainable access and outlet to the sea peacefully.
There are peaceful ways and transactional ways that we can do that to make sure that Ethiopia has access to the sea. Ethiopia has a lot of resources that its neighbors need, a lot of economic resources. So we can do exchange of these resources to make sure a peaceful way of allowing Ethiopia to have an access and outlet to the sea.
Welcome back. You're still on ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. As the news continues, Ethiopia celebrated International Women's Day under the theme Rapid and Sustainable Comprehensive Change through Women's Participation in many parts of the country. The main celebration took place in Koye Feche subsidy, Shega City, where Ergoge Tesfaye, Minister of Women and Social Affairs, along with government leaders and key stakeholders, gathered for the event. It was also celebrated in Gambella City, attended by regional government officials and Maskarama Abebe, Vice President of the Prosperity Party's Women's Wing. In her addressing remarks at the celebration, Maskarama acknowledged recent strides in advancing women's rights, addressing sexual violence and promoting greater participation of women in the economy, society and leadership roles. International Women's Day was also celebrated in Mekelle City, Tigray region at a regional level with the participation of federal, regional and local leaders and stakeholders. This year, International Women's Day was celebrated for the 140th time globally and the 14th time nationally with various programs. And finally, a divine visit to Ethiopia. Prayer and Thanksgiving program was held at Meskel Square here in the capital, Addis Ababa. The two-day program, organized by the Ethiopian Council of Gospel Believers Churches and the Bill Graham Evangelist Association, was attended by many believers. The son of Reverend Bill Graham, Franklin Bill Graham, was at the event to preach. It was pointed out that prayer and singing programs were part of the event. Ethiopian Council of Gospel Believers Church Secretary General Reverend Dereje Jamboru said that the churches recognize that cooperation is essential for lasting peace and development. And now a recap of the top stories once again. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed inaugurates Skywin Aeronautics Industries. And the Institute of Foreign Affairs Executive Director says Ethiopia's sustainable access and outlet to the sea is a matter of existence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. Thank you for your company and do stay tuned with the remaining program from ABC. Goodbye from now.